Hello, welcome back. I'm going to continue our discussion on the book King Paimon and The Void and the Silence, The Lord of the Abyss. And I was thinking a little bit about the different instruments, the musical instruments that I'm playing. And actually, I have spent almost all my life. It's almost like I knew I have a good musical ear, but I didn't learn any musical instrument as a child. And it's always like, I always said I can do this, but music I cannot. And then later now, so to say, in my life, around 2 years ago, I have started to play by myself with different instruments, but it was only for me. And then I decided to record and make different songs with the different instruments that I was playing, because I was quite enjoying it. And my instruments are very simple ones. Almost I cannot even call them necessarily musical instruments. But so I have the first one, it's a xylophone, and I bought it once. It was a little investment, but it's really nice. It's made from copper metal, and it's you have 2 rows, and you have quite a lot of metal bars in the lower part. And no matter how you play, it always sounds good. Of course, it is very sensitive to sound, and the way I play it, I have a little stick that I, top, so to say, the metal bars. Each one creates a different sound, and depending how fast or where I decide to move, the sound is created. As I say, I compose while I am playing it, so I'm not playing after notes, not at all. I just start playing it, and then I try to vary and create a song, Sometimes I like to combine, and I use my fingers, or I use different metal or crystals, anything else that it's a little bit different vibration. And I combine it in a song, of course, so it is a melody, but it's a little bit atypical, And then I have a little 4 strings. It's not a musical instrument, it's more like a decoration, but it has 4 strings, and it's not really working so well, but I really enjoy the unique sounds it makes. And that instrument I play very freely, and the recordings are very nice for the strings. And it quite hurts a little because I go on the metal. It's like my finger and the metal, and I go very fast with my fingers, different speeds, different intensity, and then there's like a little metal plug on the side, and then I just pluck it with my finger, and it does hurt. I don't care, I like the sound, and it's just it stops and make ding ding, and then I continue on the bars. So I like to combine, and I like to play quite fast. And I like to vary it, so it's almost like, composition of 10 minutes, maybe there are like two, 3 different parts of a song. Maybe it's one song, maybe it's different parts. It's just what comes through, Then I have the Manjera, which I have 2 sets, and they're very easy to play. It's metal again, and I do like to play with them, and I like to create and use them in a different way than they are, honestly used nowadays. I like to rub them with my fingers, I put them on the table and I roll them, or I hold them in the air with my fingers, and once they touch, it makes a sound. The sound is like a very long vibration, I can stop it with my fingers, or I can make it faster, so it's I use my fingers for it, my hand. Then I have the flute, of course, that is a musical instrument. I have 2 different ones. One is a little deeper, one is a little higher. One has, the deeper one has a few holes, and the other one has more holes. And they do sound different, and I just move my fingers up and down very fast, varying different sounds, sometimes going very high, It's like when it doesn't work, I cross the body, and I as long as my breath is possible, I'm like varying the sound through my breath, through the movement of my mouth, with the fingers on the wood. And depending how strong or how, the different variations, I do it very fast, so it's almost like intuitively. It's the only way I can play it, and I go very fast with my fingers, and I like to play with the different holes where the air comes out. If I brush my fingers fast, it goes very, very high note vibration. And then I have my bell, which is another metal, and it's almost like I reconstructed it from something that got broken, and I kept the bell because it's a very nice metal, and it is in the shape of a bell. It's quite thick metal, quite heavy metal, and I hold it in my hand because on the upper part it's long, no? It's like a bell, but on the top is long. It's like I can hold it with my hand, and there I play most of it with my fingers hand, so it's like with my knuckles. I hit with my knuckles like bone to metal, and I vary it very fast with my fingers or on different parts of the bell, inside, outside, up, making variation between the sounds. I quite enjoy the bell. I like the deep sound of it. I like bells. I like the sound of bells. For me, it's very relaxing. Sometimes when I listen my recordings with the bell, I think of cows outside in nature, walking, and it's quite the same sound. I did hear it in Romania. And I would love to have like a harp. I love harp instruments. I love string instruments. But my greatest passion, I think, in music is to create with simple objects. It can be even 2 stones, as I've said. Sometimes I play with crystals. I just take 2 crystals and I make sound with them by rubbing them, by putting them in my hand, like a child would, and like you will throw the dice, or I throw it on the table, or I just create new sounds. It's like my passion now, and still trying to make it harmonic. The different sounds do carry different elements or energy to it, and I think it's quite different for each one, no? And for me, the strings are very futuristic, are very little bit out of this world, It's very flowy, it's very watery, it's very like open, and I do like the sound that the strings make. I like the manjera very much. It's like it's a clearing of vibration. It's like some happiness, joy. At the same time, it's very good for meditation. Some of my dances or sounds can be used if someone trains for the Spanish flamenco, or they are dancing and learning fast movement with their feet. They can use some of my music because as I said, I move my fingers, so I create like very, very fast, like this, like very, very, very fast. And when you play flamenco, you need leg work, and then you have to, and I make real music for them so they can really play it, like ole, like the flamenco do. I know how the flamenco goes. So I try to create a song for them. The manjara, I like to imagine that I play it down at the temple or at different times, like desert or wherever I want. Like I like to envision myself. It's almost like that gives the feeling of the entire album, no? And yes, the flute, I really love it. I think it's very, very emotional. I think it works so good on the heart chakra. I think it's very, very beautiful. I must say the flute is my favorite from all. The joy when I play it and the expression, that the feelings that the flute expresses, it goes very deep into the heart. It's so beautiful, and it really clears and heals. And when I play, I really think about love. It's almost like 2 little birds. They don't find each other. One is left, one is right, and they are singing for each other. And it's almost like I have to make the song work, So it's like sometimes when I blow the air, the sounds are a little like, just, and then I continue, and then something nice comes, and then I'm like combining the different variation from the flute, the lower notes or the upper notes, and then I really enjoy to go fast with my fingers on the notes, just, to create a nice fast tempo. And the last videos I've made with the music, I started to vary it even more, because I wanted to create a little more like spooky, more grimoire, a little bit more gothic type of sound, you know. And I was a little like how should I do it? I don't want it to be creepy, but I want some interesting sounds that I never created, no? I gave myself even more freedom. That's really always nice, now as an artist. And then I was playing as usually I play with the instruments, but I started to care less. Like, I found a string of metal, very slim one, and I thought, oh, that's so nice. What should I do with it? And then I thought, oh, I'm going to use it on the instruments, no? I'm going to create sounds with it, and or if I throw it in the air, it makes a sound. When you have a stick and you move it fast in the air, it makes, you know, I like that too. And I was doing different variations with the xylophone, with crystals, with the flute, to create a little bit more grimoire style type of sounds. But I think the flute is really nice. In the time I was playing, I created the album for the flute songs. I quite made a lot. I was inspired by the muses and the Greek muses of arts, music, and there's one Calliope who was like practicing and learning the flute, and I was like thinking I'm her, or playing in a Greek temple, and I'm learning to play the flute, and I'm exercising very stoic and very serious. So I took it very serious as an instrument. So I made a lot of songs with the flute, 2 minutes long. As I've said, it does take some type of practice of breath work to be able to do it. I cannot do it for a very long time. I need a little bit breaks because I go quite fast on it now. And then I made some flute, thinking about ancient times. I have found some old photos which I really loved, and I was thinking of those photos when I was playing. There was some type of melancholy, like, you know, when you look at old photos, I really like to do, and there's a beauty in them, and then you see this, you know, beautiful people dressed from different cultures, and I was really, I found a very beautiful photos I had in my phone, and I was using them for the album as well. It's almost like dedication to them, and you know, I think the flute was the easy instrument. Many men had a little flute with them, and when they will get bored or they will be by themselves in nature somewhere, they will take it out and play on it, no? And I think in the woods outside it sounds even nicer. It's almost like the one who takes care of the sheep, the shepherd, sits outside, no, days and days, and he's lonely. He cannot talk with anyone, so he has his flute and he sings, no, in nature outside. It must be very beautiful. So I think of that as well, and you know, almost like singing with the birds outside, no, it must be very beautiful, very pleasant. So the flute does carry this echo. There is a long echo. It's very impressive, you know. The strings are more calming, at least for me, or they can be very intrusive, like very magnetic, very flowy, very watery, depending, you know, how fast one plays it. When you play with metal, it's quite interesting because, you know, the xylophone is metal, the manjera is metal, the bell I have it's metal, and I really enjoy metal. I love copper, I love metal, and I love crystals. I love the sound of crystals too as well, or the stones, when you hit stones together, I like that. I like nature sounds, no? It's almost like these are material, of course, created by humans, but with materials from nature, from earth. And I just find it sounds interesting and good and different. And I have created some ASMR type of videos where I was painting or drawing or just being by myself, playing or, you know, cleaning, and or walking outside. I really enjoy to do that, and I like to listen sometimes when I sleep. yeah, and then after I started with the music, no? And then with the music, I really started to get creative and change from different instruments to another. These are the instruments that I have at home. I don't have others. If I would, I will definitely have tried to create something with it. But I like the idea that sound can be created even like just knocking two objects together, no? I always think of the first sounds or the easy way to make music when old time tribes, no, or even villages, or they will meet outside and play just with their hands or just with their voices. No, it's not difficult, or they had some type of instruments as well, and they will create music, they will create joy. And of course they will necessarily, music is always connected to dancing. As I've said, if you listen well, some of my songs can be definitely used as training for flamenco or footwork for dancers. I have learned to dance gypsy music, and I was studying the gypsy culture for a time, and it was very interesting. I have found a very beautiful gypsy dance, which really impressed me, and I studied a little bit more about the gypsies, and I found out they are from North India, Rajasthan. It's a desert area, Rajasthan is a desert, and these scenes were from a movie, I forgot how it's called, but a girl is dancing in the desert and her brother is singing for her, and the dance is a very old one, a very old gypsy original dance. It's very, very beautiful, and I wanted to learn it, so I started to learn to dance, and then I put it real gypsy music, really Romanian or Hungarian, and they go so fast. Oh my god, like it was the best training of my life. Like I will find, of course, certain songs, as I've said, Romanian gypsy music or Hungarian gypsy music, and I just love it. It's like tra la 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 la. It's like the gypsy symbol of their culture is the wheel. It's almost like no matter what life throws at them, they are always on the wheel. They're always partying. They're always dancing. They're always one with God, because they believe in God. They're very religious people, and they know everything's going to be good, and they're always on the wheel. They're always happy. They always go round and round and round. No matter what happens in life, they are strong like that. And when they dance or their songs, if you think of that, you listen to the meaning of it. You'll hear it in the music, how it goes round and round and round, and it does gives me a lot of joy. And they are, for my opinion, the best musicians of the world. Gypsies have music in their blood. They really do. They are magicians. They are extremely good in music, playing musical instruments, and the voice as well is natural for them to sing. In their culture, only the men play and sing music, and the women are allowed not to sing. They're allowed only to dance, and even when they dance, there's just a movement left and right. It's very modest. You're not allowed to show too much, no? And of course, as I've said, not to say that the gypsy were like that, because depending on the age, but if you're a married woman, it's like that. If you are a young girl, you have more freedom. You can dance as you like, no? Like the status of a woman in the gypsy culture changes, and their duties changes as well. They have different rules to follow. And I really like to dance this music, and I even tried Romanian gypsy music, or very old traditional music, Romanian music, and it's for Romanians, it's all about the horse, and it's almost like I saw myself like a young girl training the feet. Oh my god, you have to go so fast, the feet, when you're dancing. No song ever so fast, and you go. It's almost like to train you how to jump, how to catch a horse and jump on it and capture it. It gives you a lot of strength. I don't have the music now, but it goes very fast, and then you have to almost jump in the air, with the feet like a horse, like you go to, and you have to go into rhythms. So you have to finish it, no? And it's like, oh, it comes the finish line. It's almost like, oh my god, like how can I do it so fast, no? It's a nice feeling. And then you're like, oh, okay, they're training me how to jump the horse. It's quite funny. I love gypsies. And I learned too from them a little bit how to play the instruments, because they, as I've said, most of them learn this since they're a child, and they don't really play by notes. They play totally natural, and that's the magic of it. That's the magnific, or the magnetism, or the effect it has, no? If you listen to orchestra, they play different instruments, and you will see how each one has a time for each instrument, and then they play together, and you will notice that how they communicate, as a team. If you have 4 or 5 people, and they play naturally without someone orchestrating them. Because they play it in so many years together, it's almost like it's a party for them. It's really nice. And the metal part, like I've said, my music is very ancient. It's more connected to simple and older times, where music was made with simple instruments. As I've said, it's nothing complicated in that way, but it does create, in my opinion, some quite interesting sounds that I don't think no one else made as it should be, no? And that's like what I like about it, that I can create sounds that never existed or no one created, just by me, moving my fingers, or as fast. I like to be fast. I like to learn to improve. I like to challenge myself, how fast I can go, how I can create rhythms. And there's always, no matter how many times I play, it's always different. Thank you so much for listening. This was more about music, about the different creation outlets, or I don't know how to call them, of the behind elements, some of them, of how I play my music, or the different instruments for my different sounds which I have. And maybe in the future I will discover different ways. I will try new avenues. Thank you so much, and wish you a nice evening. Bye.